Hello and welcome to the B button. That's my singing voice intro today. I'm your host Baron Marf, and I'm joined as always with the man himself, Angry Link. How you doing, buddy? How you doing?
Yes, very good, very good. Just remembering to put all of my devices on silent. Just about caught it.
Yeah, I never remember, do I?
Well, we've been pretty good up till now. We've not been caught out on any, have we?
Yeah. Usually it's just things like pens, like the old.
Oh, the click. Yeah, I know. I'm forever doing that. I'm like that guy from GoldenEye.
Yeah, well, the I'm invincible.
Yeah, that's it.
Good. So we got a bit of a different B button this week, haven't we?
Yeah, well, we've got E3 coming up this weekend. Well, next week it's obviously starting Sunday.
Yeah.
With the EA's shows and Bethesda's as well.
Yeah, so excited?
I always kind of do. Ever since sort of I've been on the internet, I've always had access to being able to find out all of the E3 stuff, and obviously being a gamer, and when I back then I didn't have anything to do really. It was always good fun, and I've always kept an ear to the ground with it. I do enjoy the hype.
This is kind of like the birthday part of the year for gamers, and then you've got Christmas, so you've got two big interest points of the year, haven't you?
Well, traditionally it's where obviously all the big developers and publishers show off, and this is where the biggest sort of like networking and
announcements are made.
Yeah,
announcements. Yeah,
a lot of deals get made here as well. So people trying to get a publishing deal. This is where they used to come to get them. But obviously it's all changed a lot now.
Very, very open to the likes of you and me.
Well, I think next year they are thinking about opening to the public. But it's a hot, sweaty mess.
Yeah, it would be.
It's one of those that like you don't forget it, because
it scars you, man.
It can do.
It cuts you deep.
Yeah, well, it is, and especially if it gets open to the public as well.
It's gonna get messy. Right. Anyway, so this week we're gonna hit a bit of what would you say, conjecture, maybe some.
Well, we've got some
speculation.
There's a lot of speculation, mainly.
Rumour mill.
Yeah, there is that. Obviously, we've had some announcements in this week.
Yeah.
Obviously, the old air quote leaks.
Yeah.
But a lot of it was to be expected, so it's not really much of a surprise. But
there's an elephant in the room here. I want to shout about it. We've just found out about it. Really, can we just call that one Sony item the biggie? They've confirmed that they're doing the PlayStation.
The 4K or the Neo.
Yeah, or whatever.
The one.
But
yes, they're not gonna show it at E3.
Yeah, man.
But again, you've got Gamescom down the road in August.
Yeah, true.
And you've also got Tokyo Game Show.
That's the biggie.
Which is traditionally for Sony bigger. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, obviously that's not going to be there.
How do you feel about that? Are you annoyed about that? Are you okay?
Not really.
Surprised by the announcement?
A bit surprised that they announced it early.
Right.
But then it's almost like getting damage control in first. Because if they didn't announce it, and then they have their conference where they don't announce it, or show it off, or tell you any details about it.
I was just going to sit through the whole conference going, yes, and?
Yeah,
and?
When are you going to tell us?
And then
it'll finish, flame war will erupt on the internet.
It's a good shout, actually. So it was Andrew House, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. But again, he's generally their biggest spokesman. Obviously, he was the one that sat alongside Kojima when he announced that he was obviously going to be publishing with Sony.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's one of those. I'm kind of disappointed, but then it obviously puts the ball in Microsoft's court now with the Scorpio. And
I love that. It still sounds like a Bond villain to me.
Yeah, it's the Scorpio. It is. It's amazing, but it's a code name, isn't it? So it's one of those. It's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to the conferences. Seeing what other stuff have come up. Obviously, Xbox did annoy me a bit this week though. They come up and said about the DVR,
right?
Which was possibly the only reason for me to get a TV tuner. Because obviously I've got cable, so it doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
But they shelved those plans for the moment, so that's not going to be coming in anytime soon. But that's one of those little things.
Are they going to make an entertainment? Well, if it's an entertainment unit, make it a fully fledged.
But I think they have spent the last 18 months, basically since Don left, old Don Matic, you'll just have to get internet. Once he left and then Phil Spencer's come in, he's kind of said, well, people don't buy an Xbox to watch movies; they buy an Xbox to play Xbox games.
Yeah.
So they've pushed it towards the game side, and all of the updates that we've seen so far have all been
around gaming.
pushing. Yeah, which
we like Phil. We like Phil.
I do. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. It seems like a pretty sort of stand-up guy.
An actual genuine I'm just here to do a job.
Yeah, well,
and that job is to do with video games, and that's what I'm doing.
Even when he's been asked about Uncharted when that came out, he was one of the first people to go to congrats, and it's an amazing game. Really enjoyed it, and he seems like someone who enjoys and plays games.
Yeah.
So I remember also reading the discussion was put about to him about Nintendo going as a third party, like Sega did, and he was just like, yeah, man, if you could get Nintendo on board, bingo. Amazing, but
yeah. This is our tangent alert. We're running this puppy back in.
Yeah.
Right, so come on then. What's our first item of?
Well, I thought we're just going to talk a bit about some of the games that we think are going to be at the conferences.
Yeah.
Obviously, so we're going to start with Sony. Obviously, the big one is PSVR. That's, I think, for me, it's probably going to be their main focus.
Yeah, they need to show that shit off now, and we all need to walk away from it going, whoa.
We've seen quite a lot as to games, and there was that list of 280 developers that are putting games out for it. So I'd like to see a few unannounced things from that, because obviously we've seen a lot of rigs when they had their, and some of their other first party stuff. Obviously Crysis team have showed their stuff off with it as well. Crytek, sorry. But yeah, so that's something that could be. Hopefully, there's a few surprises thrown in there for that. Yeah,
I mean, I want to see some real games. I know we saw, what was it? Eve, was it? No, it wasn't Eve. What was a space shooter very similar? Valkyria, yeah.
Valkyrie, sorry.
Valkyrie, so yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
So I want to see stuff like that. I want to see real beefy games. I don't want all this sort of shovelware. Here's 5 games in one. All of them are shit.
Yeah, your Wii Sports or PSVR Sports kind of thing.
Yeah, don't fuck around. Just make some real games.
The one thing that
they take time and money, but crack on.
Well, I think that it's not been a surprise that it's coming. There's a lot of games coming for it, because we've known about it for years though, isn't it? Obviously, it was the Morpheus for a lot of years, and finally the really cool new catchy name of PlayStation VR. Yeah.
Honestly, those guys are just getting paid for nothing. So, anything particular that you think we'll see from VR?
I think a final release date, because obviously we've been told it's October, but not October .
Yeah.
So I think it's just going to be confirming dates for different regions.
October the 29th, of course, right at the end, right at the end of the month.
Sorry, man, I just had to
get a glug on.
Yeah.
Wet that whistle.
I think The Last Guardian, we'll probably see a good bit of that, because that should still be releasing this year.
Yeah, I mean, I from what I've now seen of the most current trailers, as in this is actually running, it looks interesting. It's very much was it Ico or Ico? Or
obviously it's Ueda.
Yeah.
I can't remember his full name, unfortunately. So it's his third game from that. Obviously it started on the PlayStation 3, but then obviously it was the Megaton announcement last year from Sony that it was still in, and then we had the new trailer, which is I think pretty much still the only footage that we've seen of it. We've not actually seen gameplay.
Yeah.
Which I think we'll see, because obviously they were showing it off to the press, people like IGN and all of that, a couple of months ago, or last month.
Cool.
So I think we'll just see an extension of that. We'll see a gameplay reveal of that.
Are you looking forward to that game?
I really am. I love the idea of it. The initial trailer for me I was just instantly enamoured.
Yeah.
So I love the idea. I mean, if you just see the animation, even from the original trailer all those years and years ago, it just looked amazing, and I did like the idea of if you've got this almost independent pet. Obviously, it's something that they're looking at. It's with Platinum are doing as well with Scalebound.
Yeah,
which we should see, but we'll talk about that a bit later.
The only thing about that sort of game, and I'm not gonna, I am gonna waffle on for a bit, but it's just that I always feel like whenever you're a kid and you've got a beloved pet, the whole time you're playing that storyline, you're just waiting to the bit where the pet saves your life and dies.
Yeah. I can see it, and again, obviously, look at the pedigree from the previous games.
Yeah.
So it's not. It's not an unlikely.
What was the game where we're climbing? Shadow of the Colossus, yeah? I remember just climbing up this big teddy bear, this big fluffy teddy bear, and sticking a knife in its head and putting it on the ground. I was like, that's not right. Doesn't feel right.
There was some sort of moral
ambiguity over what you're doing, without that. Anyway, we digress again.
But no, so hopefully that gets a gameplay reveal. I think Gran Turismo 7 or Gran Turismo Sport, they'll talk a bit about that.
Okay.
Which you're not again interested, but there is.
Not that. It's just
no. But the brilliant thing is they're actually obviously they did the GT Academy, which there are now professional racing drivers out there on the circuit of Le Mans 24/7 and winning championships.
Yeah.
Because of playing Gran Turismo, so there's no longer get off that. Where are you ever going to get? Where's sitting around playing that ever going to get you? Into a fucking GT3 kart in Abu Dhabi, motherfucker. So yeah, obviously there's a big focus with the FIA, so you can actually play that, and they'll you could potentially use that to get in a racing license.
FIA?
The International Racing.
Oh right, okay, right.
The people that can say you can race.
Federation.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, you can actually use that as a combination. They'll look at how you drive and how aggressive you are and how much you smash into people, and do the old Gran Turismo corners.
Wow.
So that's interesting.
The thing is, Gran Turismo is always about the visual feast for me. It's just like
this is the pretty game. It has always been a pretty game. Going back to the original PlayStation 1. Oh, that was amazing. I love that game.
Yeah.
It's so good, and the soundtrack's always been brilliant.
Yeah, true.
So obviously, again, Activision, we'll know that obviously Destiny stuff's been talked about already or leaked.
Yes, so it's
the Rise of Iron.
Yeah. I looked at a trailer, and in that trailer, they've got the Titan, and they're like, last time we gave you a hammer.
No, it's an axe.
Now it's a really big axe. Hammer axe. It's an axe. Yeah, it's a massive axe, and it's just like, well.
But you'll only be able to use it for that mission. It's not a new heavy weapon.
Oh really?
Which obviously a lot of people would be happy at what heavy weapon they have brought back, which is obviously the Gjallarhorn.
The return. But have you noticed how they've done it? So the Gjallarhorn, for those who don't play Destiny, is like this spooge rocket launcher which fires.
Well, it was the destroyer of Crota.
Yeah.
It was the bringing down of anything, basically.
Yeah. It's the nuclear clusterfuck of explosions, basically, isn't it?
And it was also the reason that a lot of people in the parties that we used to play Destiny on with would bitch and moan.
Yeah.
Totally bitch and moan about it.
So as it's such a integral weapon in the Destiny world, they've basically tied it to the end of a stick with a bit of string.
Yep.
And dangled it directly in front of you and said pre-order, and you get the iron.
Yeah. Obviously you'll be able to get it
which
through
is black and silver. Sploosh.
Yeah, but obviously it'll be available through the mission or still on their random number generating crap.
Yeah, you'll get something. It'll be really shit.
Yeah,
level.
you'll probably be able to buy it. I don't know. There'll be some quest for it or some shit like that. But again, moving on. I think hopefully looking at a bit more Shenmue, maybe some actual game of it as opposed to screenshots, which is all we've seen so far.
You're heavily invested in that one, aren't you? Heavily invested.
I'm thinking of heavily invested in 4.5 hours of watching the whole. Someone's done Shenmue the movie.
Right.
Which is I
found out someone's done some shitty crap acting.
Oh no, they've just taken all of the cinematics throughout the game.
Nice touch.
Yeah. And created a film from it. But I think it's only the first game. So it's 4.5 hours of just the first game. But again, for me the biggest news would be because there was rumours and rumblings that Sega were open to the idea of a remaster of Shenmue 1 and 2.
Right, okay.
So that could be megaton for me.
That's pretty serious.
If there was some HD remasters to go alongside the release of 3.
Yes, that's the thing. You want to be able to replay it, but do you reckon this still stands up? I don't think it does. Because it's really just in essence, and you've got a reasonable fighting system for bits of it, but mostly it's just a reaction-based game.
With quick times.
Quick time.
But again, you can change those though. That is the thing. I mean, quick time events have moved on a bit more since A, B, and X and Y.
They originated there. They're pretty much baked in from that game.
Yeah.
So,
but it worked in the delivery of the cinematics because you'd never really seen anything like it at the time. But I mean, it's still a great example.
So would you replay it?
Yeah, totally.
Oh man, that's
I would absolutely
dedication.
totally replay those games.
There we go. Well done to the developers. Do something.
Yeah. Again, Square will probably be at Sony's conference, but obviously they're doing their own conference on the Sunday or Monday.
Yeah.
One of the stupid o'clock ones.
3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that's it. I think that will be mainly 15, and they'll be talking about a few other bits. I don't know if I Am Setsuna is out yet in America, but that's their one that sort of goes back to the old Chrono Trigger days and that kind of stuff. Got quite well received in Japan, I believe. Obviously, Quantic Dream, they should be there with Detroit Become Human. Do you remember the video from that last year? It just looked really unbelievable.
Yeah, but that wasn't the game though, was it? It was just
I don't know. They a lot of their stuff is getting in-game engine tech. I mean, look what fucking Naughty Dog were pulling out with their in-game.
What?
But don't forget though, they're making a lot bigger. I don't know how big or what really Detroit Become Human is all about, but they're quite linear games. There's not an expanse really to them, so they can always be quite tightly constrained.
Yeah,
really
in that environment they can flex their graphical muscles. Yeah,
and again they always have. I mean, Heavy Rain does look really good, and the one with Ellen Page.
Yeah, I never played it.
What it's called? But
yeah, that game.
Beyond. I think it is.
Cool. So what else are we expecting?
Horizon Zero Dawn, the one with the robot dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not sold on that.
Oh no, sorry, I was mixing up with Ark, which is
the one where you can throw pert people.
Yeah. No, I actually really like the look of that. It's all about sort of like lassoing dinosaurs and.
Yeah, you've got to really work at it and
chip away at them.
Yeah. So that should be there, and maybe God of War 4, because we've not heard anything from Santa Monica for a while, not since 3 or the remasters, but they were shipped out, so that we should be seeing a bit from them.
I think we're due a God of War.
Well, again, if you've seen over the last couple of months some other bits and bobs, talks of Norse mythology and stuff.
Yeah. I was seeing all this, and I like the idea of them going into that and maybe rinsing a bit of the old sort of.
So maybe
Thor.
And Odin, and obviously the Ravens, and I mean, there's some barbaric stuff in there.
Yeah.
But again, would it be the end of Kratos?
Kratos.
It would be, if you were going to shift mythologies, it would be a good way to move away.
You can always shoehorn something in there. Want something a prequel of a prequel.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty much. There'll probably be a Vita sizzle reel.
Will they even bother with Vita?
I don't know. I
think they haven't done anything in ages. They just.
It's frustrating because, like you said with Sony before, they build these great things and then they just don't. Because it's not selling, they won't invest into it. Obviously, Sony can't really lavishly drop big wads of cash anywhere at the moment. The only real division of theirs that's doing well is the PlayStation division.
Yeah, but they should be
they should
be
supporting
some of it. But anyway, that all aside, I would like to see them do something with the Vita at this conference. Something which actually makes me go cool rather than which is usually my reaction whenever I see them announce anything about the Vita. I'm just like
Again, I've not really seen. I don't really pay attention to it.
Because nothing's happening with it, that's why. But anyway, we digress. Let's hit some Microsoft.
Yeah, so again, we're going to have, I think, the big 3. Really, you've got some Halo, because I think Halo Wars 2 is being made.
Yeah, it is.
Gears 4, that's going to obviously drop.
That's a biggie. We're going to see a lot on Gears 4, I reckon.
But then obviously there's some things that were talked about last year that we should hopefully see again. Obviously, Crackdown 3.
Where is that? What has happened?
Again, don't forget they showed off a bit of it with the tech demo.
But I mean they've just gone off the radar since then.
But that's it. It's knuckle down, crack on.
Yeah.
Wait and see. I think that's good. I'd rather it happen that way than drips and drabs, and because you get into the problem with that BioShock Infinite did, where here's what we've got, and then no, it's changed. we showed it too early, and it didn't really tie together well.
Yeah, and you're waiting forever as well. So.
Yeah. Recall as well.
I'm quite interested in that game.
Yeah, it's a good heritage.
Yeah.
Because Metroid Prime ex-developers, or some, obviously, people that worked on the Prime series.
Mm-hmm.
And the fella who did Mega Man, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I believe it was. I can never remember his name. I'm very sorry.
So basically, what they've said is the guys who did Metroid, character famous for transforming into a ball and rolling around places, said we should come up with a completely different game where they've got a ball which you put in stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then it controls them.
Yeah.
So obviously
turns into like a robot or something. Yeah.
That's the recall. Yeah. When you'll find different things around. It's
playing devil's advocate.
No.
But yeah, so I mean,
we should see a bit more of that because that was supposed to be out this year.
I'm generally looking forward to it. I want to see it actually playing now, like a big chunk of gameplay.
Definitely so. Scalebound's another one I want to look at as well. I want a good see of that.
Have we actually seen any gameplay in Scalebound yet?
Yes. There was some last year. Because obviously you had the year before was the video reveal, wasn't it? And obviously the CG.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously last year they did show some off. So I think, again, it should be, I think it was pushed back to this Christmas. I think it was originally. So again, I'm hoping maybe some dates dropped for that.
Something a little bit fun would be good, yeah.
We've got Iron, as in like an ion, like a cannon.
Yeah.
That's from Daisy Creator.
Okay.
The guy who obviously brought out that's his new game that he was working on. Hopefully there's been rumblings that's going to be shown. So we don't really know much about it.
Have we seen anything concept art or anything?
No, I've not. It's completely slipped me by. It's one of these sort of ones that some people that know about, that are interested in these people find out.
Fair enough.
Ashen, which did sort of kind of tickle my fancy, was an indie game. It's based in an open world that's sunless, and the only light that you've got is from volcanoes. So it's thus the ashen. Obviously, it's constantly spewing ash into the atmosphere. So obviously, it blocks the sunlight out.
Yeah.
But it's going to be like an open world co-op survival game.
Okay.
So that's should be there. And
is that with the female characters? I'm trying to remember. We saw an amazing video of motion mapping.
Oh no, that was sorry, that's on the PlayStation, because it was called something else, and then it's got the subtitle now as well.
Anyway,
that should be at Sony's conference.
Cool.
That does look good. But
that game, folks. So if anybody wants to know what that game is, good luck.
Well, we'll probably find out next week when we've got all the videos back in and the conference is done.
Yeah.
And then below as well, Capybara's new rogue.
Roguelike.
Yes. Dungeon crawler.
Yeah.
So that will be there. Sea of Thieves. I'm hoping actually some proper gameplay.
Yeah.
As opposed to.
I want to understand how that thing actually works. How does it? What makes me want to stand there and pull a rope for 2 hours on a video game? What's my stimulus?
Yeah, that is the thing. But if it can have any of the fun that Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag had, and the best parts of it was running around stomping people in ships, and like, you're smaller than me, you're totally getting it, I'm stealing all your stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if there's going to be some interesting like knot tying technique that I get to do, or I'm like,
but again, it's rare, and I think it.
Let's be honest, Rare's been shit recently. They used to be amazing, and now they're shit. Yeah. So what makes you think that this game is not going to be shit?
Because they're actually making a game that they want to make, as opposed to being Microsoft's bitch and having them forced to make Kinect sports games. Yeah, I mean, I really want it to be good. I was really disappointed that obviously Nintendo sold them, because I think if they were back with Nintendo, they'd be pulling out some absolute gems.
GoldenEye 2.
Yeah, indeed. And again, obviously, there's the hardware upgrades. We're gonna. Are we going to hear something from Xbox? Because to me, I when you get a feeling that somebody has an idea,
and then you can kind of quietly see people just stepping into their shadow and then getting a bit closer and then stepping out with the same product stand next to them.
Yeah.
That whole thing of like, here's Connect, and then here's some like PlayStation Eye thing that you need for your PS4. Do you get the feeling that the Xbox are going, oh, we need to do a more powerful machine because Sony is so we're going to get left behind? So are they going to be in time to even announce or show anything? They've got to be ages away.
Well, I think it's, to be honest, with the way that the Xbox One's built, it's not really a great engineering feat. To be honest, it's just sticking a bigger processor, bigger GPU, bigger RAM, some extra ports. I mean, obviously the manufacturing side of it's the logistical nightmare.
Yeah.
I can't. The only way that I can see that Microsoft will be doing that is if there's the sort of rumoured Oculus support, or maybe even HoloLens.
I mean, I generally think that if Microsoft... Right, this is me doing the I'm dropping a big dick on the table move. They will be literally going, there it is, boys and girls. If they can actually bring a console to the conference and say, not actually like plug it in, get it up and running, but just basically say, this is the machine and this is what we're going to do with it.
It's just sort of like do the whole 90 minutes and, oh, by the way, I would pen in this date. Well, why is that? Because we're releasing this. And like you say, just drop, Oculus, boom, I can... Like, that is mic drop, off, out. Fuck you, Sony.
I'd love to see Phil Spencer do a mic drop.
Yeah.
I'm out, peace.
Yeah.
Cool.
So obviously, I'm bringing up the rear is Nintendo.
We've got a game.
To be honest, I was looking at it, and the only things that they've really talked about is a few games that they've already announced and we knew are going to be released, and there's going to be obviously Pokemon, I think Fire Emblem, and then obviously it's the Zelda. That's the big one. That's the Zelda live stream.
Yep.
So hopefully there's some good...
I'm doing wrong. I'm interested in that.
I'm quite happy to watch the Zelda live stream, yeah.
But I've got one question. Is NX going to be there?
No. Because don't forget, they're not actually going to be... they're not even doing a direct this year.
I just need to know what it is.
A stream, yeah. Again, take a game show, I'm thinking.
Damn.
Because if it's supposed to be out in March, then you do need a good 6 months, really, to get any kind of marketing
traction
going.
So that's it. That's it for Nintendo.
I don't know, maybe I'm hoping there's some unannounced games.
I think they're going to come out with something like another Animal Crossing game and just flog the shit out of it.
Maybe some mobile stuff.
That's right. I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to wheel out a horse with mobile gaming and amiibo support all over it. Knock it to the ground and flog that thing to death.
Oh, totally. They will be going for it.
Here's some more toys.
Yeah. Saying that, have you seen the again leak from Lego Dimensions for the next year? Some of the things they've got coming in.
Go on.
Got stuff like the Goonies and Lego Sloth. I can't remember half of them because it's just one of those, just like really that as well, and that Gremlins as well.
Danger Zone.
It's what I mean. They are. If anyone can flog the toys to game, and I think Lego will win it totally, because you've actually got toys that you can take away from it as opposed to some stupid flashing fucking figurine. Right.
I know this is a massive tangent, but I'm going to go on the record to say I was in Toys R Us last weekend, stood there looking at... I made the excuse I was going there for a board game, found myself in the Lego Star Wars section, and I found myself a TIE Fighter. It was something like 180 quid, and I was like, I'm not spending £180 on something which probably costs roughly about 10 quid for them to produce, and maybe £3 to ship.
I was going to say maybe 10% of its value. But I reckon what really happened is you was like, I'm going to buy a TIE Fighter, and then there was that little whisper in the ear. Like, no, perhaps I'm not going to buy a TIE Fighter.
No, there's more expensive stuff like that, but we digress.
Yeah.
Let's
Well, I think that's pretty much it. We got obviously the best of the rest.
Yeah,
We got some Ubisoft stuff. Obviously, there again a leak of Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah, so watched a bit of a video on that earlier on.
Yeah.
Okay, new character.
Yeah, new city as well, wasn't it?
New city, yeah. Was it
Bay Area, obviously San Francisco, isn't it? Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, they seem to have a bit more of the kind of parkour-y, flipping around, jumping over stuff. That looked a little bit more involved. But I was stung so badly with Watch Dogs. I'm like, fuck your IP.
Yeah.
I'm not buying that. They're gonna have to do something really special to pull me in on that one.
Yeah. Hopefully the demos and the videos they're showing aren't tweaked, because there will be a shitstorm if it turns out that way.
Yeah.
Obviously, Ghost Recon Wild Hunt, that should be there. We should hopefully get a date for that, because I'm really looking forward to that. That looks really good.
Yeah, I still haven't seen really a great deal of this yet, but
no, it's only been trailers so far, really. But Ghost Recon was always a good fun, and I love the idea of this open world.
They seem to be improving in their iterations rather than regurgitating. So
yeah, no, well, I really liked the last one.
Future War Soldier or something.
Yeah,
like that. Yeah,
I don't know. I can't remember the subtitle. Now.
Yeah, I can't. But it was a bloody good game. Now.
It was enjoyable.
Bloody good. Yeah,
it's one of those. I enjoyed playing it through once, but I wasn't. I think I rented it and just smashed the shit out of it and sent it back.
Fair enough.
Obviously, I think For Honor, you should see a bit more about that. Maybe a release date for that.
Yeah.
Which is obviously their medieval sword 'em up.
Mm-hmm. I think that looked pretty interesting.
Yeah, it could be good. I think
I like the idea of it.
Yeah, but it's one of those that I think that would be a brilliant VR game.
Yeah.
That's totally a VR game that you should never play with friends whilst they're around.
Yeah.
Because someone will have, well, not necessarily a night out, but you know, you get the picture. Fractured Butthole.
No, thank you.
No, okay. But South Park.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. The
That-
fractured
I
butthole.
want to see a date for that, or just some gameplay. Again, a few jokes. Maybe Matt and Trey will be back. I don't know.
Come on, Matt and Trey. I mean, I don't want to pressurise these guys because we all know what happened last time. So I'm kind of like, in your own time, whenever you're ready. Trying to play it cool, you know.
Yeah, it's one of those that I think that Ubisoft have probably got a steady enough team on it now.
Oh, they'll have this down pat this time, yeah. The biggie.
Yeah, Battlefield 1. Obviously, we know that's there.
That is one that I'm generally, just by title alone, I'm interested in.
Did you see the teaser earlier in the week?
Yeah.
The in-game footage of a rig which is probably running fucking 4 stupid GTX cards.
Yeah, I hope equal to a Xbox One, 2.
3 and 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, we should hopefully see gameplay. If not, I think there'll be heads. Then there'll be a shitstorm if we don't actually see something decent of it.
Come on, Battlefield.
Obviously,
be good.
There'll be your generic EA Sports Hour, which I don't know if they'll wheel out Pele this time. Maybe Maradona.
No, I don't think Pele needs to return.
Obviously, you're going to have Bethesda. You know Dishonored 2 is going to be there.
Yeah, I'm really interested in this. I recently started replaying Dishonored and all the DLC.
Did you see the producer, or one of the lead designers, was chatting to the press earlier in the week, and he was saying about the beta testers, or the obviously QAs. They're already finding new intriguing ways to combine the new skills and obviously the same that happened in the first one. The developers, when they were watching the testers
making rat traps and shit like that,
they were just like, what? How did you do that? We never saw that coming. They're like, oh yeah, you just do this and this, and amazing game. Like the emergent gameplay from that game is.
I can't wait for Dishonored 2. I cannot wait.
So again, that's probably a date for that. Obviously, we've got Tango Works, the people who did The Evil Within. We've not heard anything from them, so we might hear something from them. Do
you know, you mentioned that earlier on, and I was sure that was a different game, but then when I reminded myself of it, I was like, I never played it. I'm a big girl's blouse. I don't like scary things. What can I say? I am the proverbial Shirley girl.
Yeah, no, I've got an unwrapped copy of Alien Isolation at home. I've never actually opened myself. I'm thinking of regifting it, seeing if somebody else will
nice touch, yeah.
Obviously, there's been rumours and rumblings. You've got a couple of EA Star Wars titles. So obviously you've got Amy Hennig, one of the writers. Jade Redmond, obviously, she's a producer, executive producer or something. The one that left Ubisoft.
Right.
So we've got hear something from her, from their studio, hopefully. So there could be a couple of, obviously, Respawn. We know they're doing a Star Wars title. Do
we know if we're ever going to see the return of that? What was it, like 1318 or whatever?
1313.
1313. I'd like to see that revitalised, because it had a lot of interest for a game which died.
I think it's one of those that it would have been cannibalised, and they would have taken core elements from it. And but again, who knows? We never know. Obviously, Mass Effect Andromeda, you should see that in a big way.
Yeah, because we need a bit of Mass Effect. We've been long enough without it. We've all got over the ending of Mass Effect 3 and debacle.
Yeah.
We're ready for some Andromeda.
Yeah, Titanfall 2 as well. We should see that there.
Yeah, that'd be really interesting. I'd love to know if they're going to do like a main game, if they're going to,
Or are they going to just re-enhance the power of the cloud?
Yeah, okay.
But other than that, I wasn't really too sure of anything else. We might, obviously 2K have got a few bits and bobs to show off. Mafia 3.
Yeah.
That's one. Should be a big lot of interest in, and a lot of stuff to see for that.
Yeah, I don't know. Mafia. I never played any of the Mafia games, but the problem I've always had with it is I've said I never played them. I have played them, but I haven't played them through. And the reason being is because every time I start playing, I'm like, this isn't GTA, is it?
No, it's. I really enjoyed the first one. I never finished it from the original Xbox. I love the era with all the actual proper cars.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that you couldn't go screaming through red lights and stuff like that, and you would get rumbled by the cops. And
an actual civilian.
Yeah. I love the second one as well. Was really good. Played that all the way through.
Because everybody kicked off massively about that police thing. If you broke the law, they'd arrest you rather than those laws you can break, just not those laws.
Yeah. And that's the thing, because everyone was it was always not like GTA, which is disappointing, because I think they did a really good job. But 2 was really good. I like the story in that, and the fact that it spawned over sort of 20 odd years. It was an interesting game, so I'm quite looking forward to hearing about that. And then obviously the one that I always enjoy seeing from the sizzle reel is Devolver. So we've got to see what they've got coming out and what they're publishing.
I'm still waiting for from Russia with Love.
I think that's out on Steam.
It's killing me, man. I need that game in my life. But yeah, Devolver, absolutely amazing. Yeah, amazing.
They've got that Absolver, which they announced a few weeks back, which looks really good. It's an online multiplayer kung fu game. So yeah,
done.
Sold.
Yes, 2 please.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a 3-on-3 sort of thing, and got obviously upgrade trees and stuff like that. It looks really good. Mm-hmm. But there's a few other bits and bobs they've got.
The one that I'm waiting for, and I think it's on the bottom of your list there, is I really want to hear some Red Dead Redemption 2.
Well, Rockstar are notoriously vague at E3. The last time I saw them is they announced Agent at Sony's conference.
I've still got Rockstar on my hard drive, even though I can't play it. It's the principle of the matter. I want to play that game.
Yeah.
On the Xbox One. I want to relive it.
Again, maybe, like you say, 2K, they might drop the bomb, and even if it's a remaster, instantly it's just like, here's my monies.
Yeah. I was, as I said, stood in Toys R Us, actually buying myself a Nerf gun, specifically a zombie strike one.
Nice.
It's obviously for attacking people who try and attack, B-button towers.
Yeah.
And whilst I stood there, I thought to myself, damn, I need a decent zombie game. And I haven't seen anything which is like, here's you with some ammo, with a horde of people, since Dead Rising 3 and those, Dying Light, and obviously I know we've just had the rejig of
State of Decay.
No, State of Decay, Dead Island.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But I want a fresh new.
Well, Dead Rising 4 has been I think that, I don't know if that's actually been, okay, it's coming out, or it's still a rumour. But that's obviously been rumbling. And
I need. Yeah,
State of Decay 2 as well.
Yeah.
There's been a few rumblings I've seen reported on this week.
They're all solid IPs and they've made them loads of money. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Do you know what I love about State of Decay?
What's that?
It's the cock textures. Obviously, when they
I like this. Yeah.
The original texture designer and artist hid loads of cocks because obviously when it was released on the 360, it didn't have the resolution to handle, or couldn't handle the resolution of the texture. So obviously when they actually got the texture back and blew it up, they found there was cocks over everything. So they had to readjust and rejig.
Right, so before we release this, are we removing the cocks or not? Keep them all.
Hopefully they kept one or two as an Easter egg.
Fingers crossed. Cool, so there it is. That's our little pre-E3 roundup.
Well, I think we've jabbered and got through some stuff.
Witted on, yeah. And if I said to you one particular thing that you're interested for E3, what is it?
No Man's Sky. My name's Zelda.
Zelda.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, for me, I'm going to have to say it's really, I want to see something from Sony about the new console. I'm a bit of a hardware. So, fingers crossed. Cool. So, from Angry Linkids.
Peace out.
And for me, it's out.